Good Wednesday afternoon. Thanks for joining us on Midday Kentucky here with Jason.
Here we are on this rainy Wednesday, but honey, I'm the sunshine in the room.
Well, yeah,
today.
you are. Look at these shoes. I mean, every time I need Jason to show you his shoes. Oh, no, you can put your leg up higher than that.
Yeah. Girl, I can get my leg up around my head if I need to. Yeah, they're glittery.
That's a good way to
Girl,
start the show.
That's right. Get your leg up around your head and, feel all flexible. You go to yoga, honey, you could, stretch out. Yeah.
I think we're going to do that pretty soon.
Yeah, I think we are too.
We need to get our outfits ready for that.
Oh, girl, we'll look like we're jazzers.
Oh, yeah, we will. You just wait. I'm more excited about the outfits than the stretching and flexing.
Me too. Yeah, we'll have to film us shopping for those outfits. It'll be even more fun.
We'll probably get kicked out of the store. Well, hopefully all of you are staying dry. Did you ride in on your yacht today?
I did. I rode in on my yacht today because it was so wet outside. Last night it was pouring the sleet. I mean, the ice was coming down in buckets.
What time?
About 10 o'clock.
Okay, so were you outside about that time?
Yeah, I was outside, letting the dog out.
I just need to know your nightly schedules.
I was letting the dog out about 10 o'clock, pouring the sleet, and I was like, girl, you got to get back in here. I'm freezing to death.
Yeah, did the dog stayed out in that?
Yeah, she stays on the porch, but I let her off the porch, sometimes I'm like, you need to get off the porch, girl, and go out in the yard, get you some
Go explore
exercise.
That big world.
That's right. She's a mess, I'm telling you.
Well, speaking of a mess, it is a mess out there on the roads.
Yes, it is.
There's a lot of flooding. Be careful. Don't drive in it. It's a good, I always look for an excuse to stay home.
Yeah, I'm like, the sun is too sunny for me to drive today.
Yeah, I better lay out. I don't ever get to stay home because I'm in the news. So they're like, nope, you're coming in.
That's right, girl. We sending the National Guard after you. You got to be here today.
They do send drivers.
Well, that's good. I know that feeling. I have the same thing.
Well, ours is a little different because you actually have a driver. I just am too wimpy to drive.
Oh, I love to drive, but when I'm away from home working, you have a driver all the time, of course, in the big cities.
Jason, take me with you.
Yeah,
Show me your world.
They won't let you open up doors on cars and doors on buildings. I'm like, I have two hands, and they're like, that's our job, and I'm like, yeah, that's true. If you wouldn't open up doors, you wouldn't have a job, so.
You just soak it in.
You just take it in and go on.
All right, well, soaking in. Here's some video that Sierra in Sadieville took. I don't know if she was letting her dog out or not, but take a look at the road. Let's see, where is the road? I guess that is the road.
The road is gone.
Is that the road in the water?
That's the road. The water is over the road there. I mean, it is
the
flooded.
edge of the yard. That is bad.
Look at that. That's like a river going right down through
there. It
there.
is. So that's our Wednesday weather trouble.
Lord,
I don't think it's going to stop raining anytime soon either, if I remember our meteorologist.
Lord have mercy. I hope they got their bread and everything
does that snow?
No, that's the front end of a car.
That's water.
Flooded water, all that muddy water.
It's a good thing I deliver your news. Yeah. That's Wilson Run Road in Flemingsburg. That's from our Facebook viewer. That's unreal. I don't think you're supposed to be driving when that's happening.
No, I'm hoping that they're just stopped at the end of the road and took a picture of that because that looks like it's pretty deep there. Yeah,
and it only takes a few feet, I think, for a car to actually get stuck in the water and to go under.
True, because people don't realize that those tires are full of air. A lot of people think they're full of fluid, and they're not because the new tires are fluid in them. But they're air, and so when you're driving on that, because those tires are full of air, even though the cars and stuff are heavy, the water is so swift and stuff that it just picks it up and moves it like a boat.
Yeah, it's not a fun situation.
No, it's not.
We always say, turn around, don't drown.
That's
it's not
exactly
worth it.
Right. It's not worth it at all.
Call that yacht in.
That's exactly right. Honey, if you got a cow close to your house, you can get milk. It's all right. It ain't no problem.
I thought you were going to say you could ride it across the river.
Well, you could ride it across the river if you need to.
I feel like that's a skill you would have.
Riding a
Come here, Bessie.
Yeah, come on, Bessie. Let's go across the creek here.
You just swing on over.
Get right on there and swim right over.
That might need to be a segment as well.
Oh, that'd be fun.
All right. It is serious. Be careful out there. It's not it's kind of gonna be relentless this week, according to Alyssa and Chief Meteorologist Jason Myers.
That's right. So be careful, people.
Let's have some fun now.
Girl, we always like to have a little fun.
Well, we do. Let's talk about nails.
Oh, let's talk about nails.
I don't know if that's a good segue.
Oh, well, yeah. No.
It's fashion.
It's fashion.
All right, so we used to talk about it. I don't know if you've ever been here on the days. We've shown there's this nail salon. I think it's in China, maybe not, Russia.
Yeah, it's Russia.
Yeah. So they do these crazy, crazy nail designs. Like they do it just, I think, for the shock factor.
Yeah.
They are back at it again. This is the newest. They've created perfume nails.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
You can actually spray perfume out of them. The designer basically turns your nail into a bottle.
Well,
Why?
I mean, that's kind of neat, really.
Well, it's really cool, but like I guess if you're like at the grocery store, it could come in handy. And like you just stand there and act like you're the perfume
The perfume
sprayer.
people in the department store.
How weirded out would you be if somebody was doing that in the grocery store? 2, if they were doing it from their nails.
Yeah, that would be a bit much, I think. But, you know, it's kind of neat to have that. The only problem that I see with it is they're putting more than one perfume on a hand. So how do you choose which one you want to pour on is what I want.
Well, you probably,
spray on.
what is a perfume expert called? Those people that, it's a science where they make the exact thing. Maybe you have to consult. I mean, this could be a big investment. You have to consult your perfume expert.
Yeah, maybe you could make your own perfume up and you could, you know, have your own, like, maybe one could be like, if you want people hungry, be like fried chicken, and one could be like, you know, dewy sunset.
Dewy sunset?
Dewy sunset.
How long have you been thinking about this?
I haven't, just a few seconds. And, you know, I mean, you could have all kinds of your own fragrances.
What's another one?
You know,
one
another
more.
one you could have is morning sunrise, or passion peach on the beach, or, you know, something like that.
I like that one. Let's stick with that.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it is kind of neat, but then it's kind of creepy. I'm like, girl, how does she go to the bathroom?
How does she do anything? It's like, blah, 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 just
Maybe
like
it's
that.
just on one hand, the other hand.
I wonder,
have
it
that.
has to be for like competitions or something. Who
Yeah,
knows?
I think it. Yeah, it's
More
just,
power to them. It's an art.
It's for social media. They just want to be noticed.
Yeah. All right, you were talking about nail smells,
Yeah.
like
Like I know what I'm talking
well,
about.
fried chicken, and passion peach. Are you one of those people? Do you like pizza better the night it's served, or the day, whatever, or the next morning?
I like pizza the night it's served, the next morning, the next day after. I'm a pizza fanatic.
Okay, cold, or do you heat it up?
Well, you get 2 different flavors. So when it's hot, you get one flavor of pizza, but then when it's cold, you get whole other flavors out of pizza. So really, it's 2 different worlds for me. So I can do hot, I can do cold.
That's the most in-depth pizza.
I told you, I'm a pizza
I like it.
connoisseur.
Well, this is good news for you because apparently a New York-based nutritionist says eating a slice of pizza is better for you than your favorite breakfast cereal. She explains cereal tends to have high sugar and low protein content, while a slice of pizza has more protein to help you keep full longer. She had cereal with milk is roughly the same amount of calories as a slice of pizza.
Well, I'd rather have the pizza for breakfast.
So this
than
is
the
good
cereal.
news for you.
Yeah, this is good news for me. Yeah.
Well, I love cereal. I like pizza as well, but cereal is not like a healthy thing.
No, well, it's not really because it's so loaded with sugar.
Unless you do like shredded wheat or.
Which is my favorite, and bran flakes is another one of my favorites.
So you go all out.
Yeah, I like, but I eat more cereal for supper because I want a light supper. If I'm not cooking, if I'm busy or whatever, and I come in
Jason,
late,
wait.
so I have a bowl of cereal.
Jason, back up. This is like an alert. Ding, ding, ding. I'm going off topic. Monday, you told me supper is fancy.
The supper can be fancy.
And dinner is normal. But
Right.
now you're telling me you're eating cereal for supper.
Yeah, well, cereal for supper, see, it rhymes, cereal for supper, so that's why I say supper.
Close.
But when I say supper, I mean it's very late. So usually supper is upscale and usually after 8 o'clock. Dinner is between 5 and 8.
Well, if you put it in a fancy bowl, I guess. But I'm really confused. If you want me to become this Kentuckian wordology
Girl, it's all about
expert-
how you use the word.
Well, like you said, you can just make it however you want.
Well, listen, cereal for supper, cereal for dinner. Which one sounds better? Cereal for supper.
And I'm all about
So see,
alliteration.
I'm just fancifying my cereal.
Alliterating.
Alliterating.
I like it. And then if you put a little like cursive script on it,
Say this is your Frosted Flakes.
sorry, this is your oat brand.
Your
that
oat
does
brand.
not make it sound nice.
Come on in and sit down. We're having porridge for supper.
That sounds disgusting. Sorry, I just had to break in because I've been
I know.
thinking about
Girl,
this since
I
you
use
told me
dinner.
this.
I use dinner more than I do supper. But it seems like when I say cereal, I always say cereal at supper time. It's odd,
Let
honey.
us know what you think, because I really have been thinking about this since you broke it down for me. Because I'm like,
It's dinner. It's always dinner.
yeah, I say dinner, but then you said supper was fancy, and I just still, it's mind blown. Let us know.
That's
All right,
all right.
we're going to keep on food because you are the expert.
Well, Lord, we hope so.
Well, this one, I really want to see this happen, and I kind of want to go out to eat with you just to see how you handle it.
Okay.
Have you ever been in a restaurant and the people next to you or the person around you is super loud? Like, not just every now and then, you know, it's not like a, oh, hey, kind of thing. We're talking about someone who's shouting their conversation, they're saying curse words, using potentially offensive language. I mean, we've all been there, right?
Oh, yeah.
Especially if there's alcohol involved.
Yeah, most
So,
definitely.
well, someone wrote this question to an editor saying that she felt like their conversation and their dinner experience was being ruined. So, should she ask this person to, you know, take it down a notch?
Yeah, I think she should ask the person politely. She should say, "Excuse me, honey, you're a little bit loud, and we're trying to have a conversation here, and we can't because you're really being loud in your conversation." My whole thing is I'm usually trying to listen in on the conversation, see what's going on. But usually, I'm the one that's having the loud conversation because I can just whisper and you can hear me from here to Somerset.
Same way.
So, you know, they're like, "Oh, Lord, who's that over there talking?" And I'm over there talking about, Lord, who knows what,
Well,
you know.
that's what happens when you dance on tables. People notice.
Well, that's true.
At the restaurants.
This
So
is
you
true.
would ask them yourself, though.
Yeah, I would say, "Oh, excuse me, I see you're having such a lovely time tonight, and I'm so thankful, but we're all here having a lovely time, and you're just a little loud. Could you please just tone it down just a little bit? I know you're excited, honey.
Just keep going. You have
but
this scripted.
You need to just tone it down a little bit, you know.
Take it
just
down a notch.
Take it down a notch." And they'd probably say, "Well, what about you? You over there screaming." I'm like, "That's just my everyday voice."
Yeah. So that's okay.
Yeah,
And
it's fine.
I'm from Kentucky.
Yeah, I'm from Kentucky, but you need to address I've seen people actually ask the waiter or
That's what I
whoever
was-
to
yeah.
move them.
Oh, to actually move them.
To move them.
Do you think it's better to ask the waiter or whoever's in the actual restaurant to ask them to quiet down or to do it yourself? I mean, this could end up in a potential fight.
It
There
could,
be bread
yes.
flying.
So, you know,
It could be
it's probably
exciting.
better to ask your waiter to ask them or whatever. I usually ask them myself because I'm like, "Oh, by the way, could you follow me on Instagram and Twitter? I'm Jason from Food Network."
You have a little bit of an ulterior motive.
Yeah,
That's
most
okay.
definitely, yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Let us know what you would do if you've ever experienced it. I know it's happened, especially like
Yeah.
people save up, they get the babysitter, they go to the fancy restaurant, and then there's that person next to them that
Yeah.
just is.
It's like, "Oh, sweet."
Yeah, so you either embrace it or you
Yeah.
shut
Or
that down.
talk louder.
Or
If you try to talk louder than what they're talking.
Put bread out.
It's like, or turn around and say, "Here, would you like a fresh bread
That's
basket?"
what I was
I
thinking,
swear
bread.
it's not been on another table. It's just been right here.
Oh, but survey says it has been.
Survey says it has been.
Let us know what you would do. We have these stories up on Facebook.